So, because I've been so focused, I have become a fucking moron. I couldn't even read 8 ounces on a coupon for salad dressing. I then I mistake $7 in getting gin. Like, he gave me an extra 6 cents, but I am an idiot because I'm so far in my brain right now again that I can't do mundane average tasks. Luckily, the guy at the grocery store is very intelligent. He's really sharp. That's why I always go to him when I think I've made a mistake. Sometimes I'm right, other times I'm just being stupid and negligent to details. And, like, in other videos, I've said this is going to fucking happen. Like, I get really dumb. It's not even that I'm dumb. It's just that, like, I will be in my brain so in depth and deep that, like, I go on something I call autopilot. And, like, it's basically something I learned through meditation and martial arts is how to shut off your consciousness. Eventually, I learned how to separate the two. And so that I can pursue, something I've worked so long on. So I'm in my brain. And, like, I made 2 mistakes today. I'm disappointed in myself. Luckily, those 2 guys, the guy at the liquor store, he knows. I even told him, I was like, I trust you. I was like, what the fuck did I do wrong? He isn't gonna try to trick me out of $1. And the grocery store guy isn't gonna try to trick me out of $1. And so I have to figure out why the fuck am I doing wrong? And, like, I am so back into physics that, I can still drive. I can outdrive anybody. Driving is like second nature to me. I don't know what the fuck it is, but, like, I sometimes I don't even see the road. And I'll wind up at a location. I am that fucking good at driving. It's just like in school, for instance, they said I had some weird abnormal form of dyslexia because I couldn't see the words on a page, but I could read at a collegiate level in the 4th grade. And and like, this is something I've wanted so bad for so long. So anyway, I found another experiment that is pretty much identical to what I wanted to derive from. It was using neutrinos that at today I considered maybe that I could stall them in space time using celestial holography, figuring out how to maintain their spin, or the change in spin could be relative to the concepts of warping space time. And there's another, and it didn't even dawn on me because I haven't thought about physics in so long. Supercooling. And when I saw that experiment, I was like, well, that's reassuring. I'm still on the right track. Okay, I need to go back to the other 2. And you're just taking your chance. That's all it is. Like, there's always going to be somebody smarter or better. All I want is that little paper that I can hang on my wall. I don't want to be on the cover of a magazine. I don't want articles. I don't want anything other than something that represents the artistry of my mind at an academic level. That's all I want. And I don't care about the other guys that they get their thing, but like an honorary is so rare. And I just happen to derive an experiment. It's already been conducted using wave particle duality. Well, it's no wave particle duality, it's the double slit and interference patterns. But you can see in my other video. I mean, I don't have any like proof. You just happen upon these articles sometimes. That I thought of it without knowing about it. Like, how can I prove that? And there's no point in even trying to. Like, it doesn't matter. Collegiates, academics, people like us, we're in it together. And I just gotta go back to the original two. How the fuck can I get radon? And how can I cross vector Hawking radiation? How the hell do you even make a dark matter shell? How the fuck do you do that? Like, I've been wrapping my head around it. I've been thinking about it non-stop. That's why, like, I couldn't even calculate 20 minus 7. I'm looking at my money, and I'm still thinking about physics. I'm trying to be here in the present. And luckily, that guy's a good guy, and I've bonded with him. For him to be, to just laugh and say, it's all good. He knows. And luckily, that guy at the grocery store, I've joked around with him. He knows I'm honest, like, that I made a mistake. Because my brain is out in the fucking universe right now. It's not even close to this right now. It is shrunk down and it is gigantic. There is no middle ground right now for me. It is just my body, and I am trying to just do mundane tasks, because I know that I want to look forward to something to eat tonight. Sometimes I'll walk around the grocery store and I'm just like a robot. Like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing there. All I wanted to do was drive. It's just like repetition, consistency. It's just something that is inherent now because I'm so used to doing it. Because driving helps me so much. I think so much better when I drive. And I don't enjoy video games anymore. I can't use the 3 stimulus. I don't have my chair anymore. And I don't enjoy video games anymore. That's how I progress so efficiently to achieve what I've achieved. And balancing in a chair, implanting recollective memory into my favorite shows, and focusing on, distracting my stimuli. That's why I can drive the way I can drive without actually even being present in the moment. Because it's the same stimulus. Other than inertia, but that's the whole point of balancing in the chair. And maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe I won't. I have plenty of achievements, unique things that nobody else figured out but me. But I want that little piece of paper. I want to frame it and hang it so that I can know that I was not a fraud. So that people know that I was never a fraud. Because when I tell them who I am and what I can do, they always think I'm fake. That's why I suffered through imposter syndrome for so long. And, I'm intelligent enough to know what I've done without having researched or seeing the dates of things that I've posted and then been banned for, and then my work stolen from me, pretending that they are me. Though I don't want attention, it's just reconceptualizing. But why did you need to try to delete me? That's what hurts. So you don't have the same respect. Anyway. I always keep my word. I ain't giving up this time. I ain't. Not until I die. I'm never giving up again because I started seeing a lot of my old theories being proven. I just happened to align with another experiment that is direct fucking progress towards what my theory is. And it's a derivative. And nerds are way too eager, I think, is the issue. They ain't got the balls. But also at the same time, as I mentioned, we're in this together. We're trying to defeat the universe so that cognition can exist. It's a funny paradox, isn't it? No, it's a simple solution. Honesty. And I think young Sheldon goes into that. He's working with one of his professors, and he doesn't reference him on a paper that he helped solve. But he's worked his whole life, looking for something, and then he does the math. And all Sheldon has is the idea, the description. Can I do the math? Can I get to that next step? I know the math. I have the theory. But can I figure out the experiment? That's the missing key. I'm at the finish line of something that will give me a piece of paper to hang on my wall, to look at every single day and smile. And I don't even care. You guys can have all the fucking... You can have the money, you can have the prize, you can have the if people even read magazines anymore. I don't care about that. I just want that piece of paper with cotton paper and really beautiful ink. That's all I want. I should have gone to Duke that summer. My parents wouldn't even let me go to summer camp. They wouldn't let me be a Boy Scout. I would have made fucking Eagle if I had been allowed to go into the Boy Scouts. Been allowed to go to summer camps. I was invited to Duke for a special study program, and I didn't go. I wonder how different my life would be. Would I still be in a beautiful building like this? It's hard to say. I don't know. Would I have gotten to study Van Gogh? That's one of my fondest memories. I wouldn't trade that for anything. Getting to go there to Detroit, study Van Gogh for 24 hours. That trip, stayed in a Victorian mansion, had amazing breakfast, sat at a bay window, drank very good coffee. Oh man, I even complimented. I told him, I was like, this is really good. Walked through beautiful brass doors, these heavy old brass doors. Brass that you don't see this anymore. Like, it's stuff that you see on old like Maxim machine guns and shit like that. Like or the Titanic, or old ships and stuff. They were. I was just, when they opened the gates, and I grabbed that door, and you feel the weight of it, and then you walk into a white marble fucking palace of art. God, that was cool. Oh, that was cool. It's just, that was a memory. You could write a film about that. Simple, sweet, short but elegant. The love of Van Gogh. What the fuck was I talking about? I got lost in that memory. I met a man named Mario. He was my driver from the airport. And this motherfucker he was hauling ass. And he just, oh my God. To get to the hotel. And he was taking it to the limit of, your lateral coefficient of friction. He was sliding. And I was just sitting there like, well, if we crash, we crash. Talking to him, I was like, I've never met a man named Mario. He gave me a discount because I had a good conversation with him. Or so he claimed. Who knows? He broke a lot of laws to get me to the hotel. It was awesome. I was telling, I was, I was explaining to him about understeer. So you're kind of understeering there. So you want to accelerate at that point. He's just laughing. Ah, good times. Best trip I ever took. What happened? I was suspected, suspicionized. I don't know the word. By TSA, and sat. I remember D. What do they call it? Denver. Whatever, the Denver Airport International DIA. There you go. That airport is designed with drums that are speaker cones, essentially. So as jets take off, the whole building resonates. It is fucking awesome. It's so cool. And I spent like because I missed my flight, so they put me on a later flight that was like 4 hours away. I just walked around on all the treadmills, and TSA was just stalking me and and joking around with all the random people around and whatnot. As I'm just hauling ass because TSA can't keep up with me because I'm on a fucking treadmill and that's what they're designed for. I'm circling around like escalators and shit to track him and like trip them up. Fucking with them. You don't want to fuck with TSA, but if you can do it properly, it's a really good time. Disappearing into a bathroom, coming out there like, where the fuck did you go? And oh man, I love flying. See, the funny thing is, they put me at a wing seat near an emergency exit door. Strongest part of an airplane. I wasn't nervous about flying. I fucking love flying. It is a thrill. Does not scare me whatsoever. I was nervous because I was going to an exhibit that I never thought I would ever get to see. 125 original Van Goghs in one location. God, that was awesome. It's better than meeting a girl. Well, that's not entirely true. There are a few that compare. Very few. But you become obsessed just as you become obsessed about looking at a moment on a piece of canvas. And then you walk away. I'm done talking.